And Chaya Krana, the finance minister of Ghana, Keso Atuforsen, and the better Ghana for name says some radio. As Ghana for IMF and so bailouts, we were celebrating all over, and Ghana for brainy J so okay, at long last, after 3 years of going to IMF, finally we are coming out successful. So same way, the first gentleman of the land, President John Dramani Mahama, or the summer beton mountain, so I say, in fact. They have to be jubilating, but they won't do like the others are major milestone Kenke party. So for him, it is a major milestone, but he sees it as a work in progress. Young Konkosha video Auditor Mountain. So
program was in danger of derailment. And so in the first quarter, after we took over, we had to take some stringent action to bring the a program back into alignment and bring it back on track. And I'm happy to report that we're able to do that. The first mission that came approved the program, the second mission approved it, and the final mission just left Ghana last week, and they have given us a satisfying mark for performance. It's now going to the board, and the board will release the last of $380 million to support the Ghanaian economy. But we're not going to have a Kenke party because we believe that it is still work in progress. Unlike others who left the IMF and held Wache and Kenke parties, happy to be free from the IMF, we are not doing that because we know that our economy still needs a lot of work to be done.
So that is the first gentleman of the country, President John Dramani Mahama. Yes, it's true that Ghana has left IMF finally after 3 years. We are on IMF bailout, but they are not going to hold a Kenke party like the previous government did or hold a Wache party. For them, they are seeing it as a work in progress, and they are hoping that this is actually going to be the last time Ghana as a country be called IMF. So there is one in Zambia. President John Dramani Mahama said, we won't hold a Kenke party. Or say on your screen, you see IMF exit. We won't have a Kenke party like the others did. President John Dramani Mahama. So coming from President John Dramani Mahama, I'll try to say for them as a country, they are not going to have a Kenke party like a previous government. So that's more or less like a straight bullet to the previous government. Yes, they are happy that finally they've come out of IMF, but they are not there to host a Kenke party. But they see it as a work in progress. Almost said there is more they can do as a country. There's so much they can do to enhance the economy or to improve the economy. In the same issue, my friend Ibrahim Al-Hassan, president of EIB network, excellence in broadcasting network, or also we should let politicians know that any future government that takes us back to IMF will be voted out. So coming from Ibrahim Al-Hassan, president of EIB or China, the government be of a sign call IMF. Yes, our government no was say to abatian and the ding. So far as you feel IMF inside here, we are not supposed to go back there. So coming from Ibrahim Al-Hassan, head of political desk EIB network, and also Ede Nano Atumu. We are still at the camp of the president of the country, the first gentleman of Ghana, President John Dramani Mahama. Or the assembly of Abeto Mountain, so our say, or not the Sanka, those times na Oshas ye call school no nanka, STEM and STEAM, a war den to say near you no de anka, or no de anka, very engineer pa, na Okaya, those times no, say, Oko class and as Oko school na teacher bed now so 9-1, 5-1 and no crime and no as far as mathematics is concerned. That is why he decided to venture into the arts and humanitarian industry near the idea. So or the assembly of Abetuja yen konkoshemra.
That is a ship. 18 times 24 is a ship. I mean, you just scare the child. How can a child learn mathematics in that kind of atmosphere? But that is how we grew up. And so if I drifted to the arts and humanities, it was only natural because I was traumatized by the way it was taught. Today, our children have a better opportunity. Maybe if there was STEM at the time I was in school, I might now be a civil engineer, or I'll be, a mechanical engineer or something. But at that time, we used to do mental. They'll come with a ship, 9 times 9, 9 times 9, 9 times 9, ship. 18 times 24, a ship. I mean, you just scare the child. How can a child learn mathematics in that kind of atmosphere? But that is how we grew up. And so if I drifted to the arts and humanities, it was only natural because I was traumatized by the way it was taught. Today, our children have a better opportunity.
So coming from the first gentleman of the land, President John Dramani Mahama, and Ochre said, Sanka those times na nko school no na nka STEAM ye very active and effective and kono de anko ohun is anko obey engineer, either civil engineer or mechanical engineer. But okaya that time na nka oko class na the teacher beto no na mathematics teacher especially was 9 times 9 when to me ya na say no so all those things were scaring him and all that. So indirectly he's trying to say that everything about STEAM, it has to be decentralized and it has to be promoted, it has to be enhanced. So more of our kids and our basic school kids venturing into the space of STEAM, science, technology, engineering, mathematics, near the idea. So coming from the president of the land, President John Dramani Mahama, there is a post to this effect. I also said with STEAM education there, it has to be decentralized. It has to be enhanced. As on your screens, you'll see our idea is to democratize STEM and decentralize it so that every child can have the opportunity to learn science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. So coming from the president of the land, Ochana said in their acts or in their bid to reset the country, they are not going to joke with STEM education at all. They are going to project it so much that every child will be interested, and as it will be lucrative enough more. Akolabia bet me akase, medium person me kushia science, person me venture into robotics, me person me math, me person me say. So that is coming from the president of the country. So in their bid to strengthen their or to do their research and all that, they are going to strengthen STEM education so that we'll have a lot of our kids in schools with the ideas to venture into the area of STEM. And that is that. Yeah, to also concern from one, not some media.